Start.
Well, we're starting right now. I'd already started.
Okay, go on.
Today's November 11th, 2012.
When were you born?
This is November the 11th,
I'm Grandma Schwarzman.
2012. I am Grandma Schwarzman.
Grandma Schwarzman.
I am Grandma Schwarzman. My name is Virginia Marie Ann Schwarzman now. It was Herbert. And we lived in a little place on 318 Highland Avenue, which is the Highway 35 right now. And we had a very exciting childhood. Not much money, very poor. It was through the 1929 Depression.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of fun, we had a lot of love, and we are still at 83, we're still all together, all of us. My father was Urban Joseph Herbert. My mother was Dorothy Wildberga Doomler.
Herbert.
Herbert now. Herbert then.
Yeah.
Herbert. And,
Your child had games?
huh?
Your child, we had games?
Oh, yeah. And what else, Jane?
Well, where did your mom and dad work, for instance?
My mother was employed at cigar factory,
Uh-huh.
and my father was employed at NCR.
Okay.
And that was through the Depression.
Right.
There was no work. He was laid off. We didn't have any money, but we managed.
Sure.
And there were 6 of us.
Mm-hmm.
My sisters were, well, they would be, for the grandchildren, would be Aunt Teresa, Aunt Rita, Aunt Frances,
Mm-hmm.
Uncle David, and a brother that died, and my sister, Aunt Betty. There were 6 of us. And we went to St. Anthony's School. We lived down on Highland Avenue. We had about a mile, one way to go each day to school,
Mm-hmm.
which we did. But you know what? In our olden days, that walking did us good. We're healthy.
You
Yeah.
had oatmeal 3 times.
And we had oatmeal. Oh, yes. That was our favorite meal. When we came home from school, Mom, what we got for lunch? Oatmeal. Oatmeal. Oatmeal every day of the week. Every day of the week. Oatmeal. But you know what? That was good for us, too.
That was good for
Cleaned
you.
us out.
There you go. Okay, Dad, how about you?
Oh, she's not finished.
Oh, you're not finished? Okay. Keep on going, Mom. You're on a roll.
Okay. Okay, oatmeal.
And
Okay.
games.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Games
What
would you
kind of
play?
games you guys
Oh, my
play?
games. Oh, we played hopscotch, jacks. We had our neighbors come over. We all sat on the front porch and played jacks. And we played
Jump rope.
jumping rope. We enjoyed jumping rope.
Ice box.
Mhm.
Ice box.
Ice box. Roll around the,
Yeah, and kick the can.
kick the can,
Kick the can.
and roll around the, what's that?
Oh, roll around it. No, that was ice box. Roll around it.
Yeah, okay.
Someone punched, you know.
Yeah, okay. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Okay, that was that. We
Then high school.
oh, hopscotch. Can't
Yeah.
forget that.
Can't
Made a
forget.
great big hopscotch in front of our house, you know.
Mhm.
We go out and we'd eat our supper, do our dishes, and then we go out and play hopscotch. And till it got dark.
Mhm.
And we attended St. Anthony's School up on Bowen Street, about a mile one way to go to school.
Mhm.
We did that 4 times a day, morning, noon, and in the evening, or in the afternoon, I should say. And
Then you went to.
I did a terrible thing because we were walking home from school one day, and I was with my friend, and she was actually a neighbor, Ann Zeller.
Mhm.
God love her. She's no more with us. But we went to this filling station, and they had this oil
Grease pit.
grease pit, and it had a little cover over it. And I said to Ann, I says, Ann, I dare you to step on that grease pit, on that grease pan. She says, you do? I says, yeah. Okay. So she went over and stepped on it, went right down in the grease pot.
Oh.
And what I did, I got so scared I ran home. Oh, I said, Mom, Ann's in the grease pot.
Oh my God. Grease pit.
Grease pit. Oh my God, I thought she was dead. Oh, that was terrible. She came home dripping with grease. Oh, and we just lived right around the corner. So I went over to see Ann, and her grandmother had washed her all up. Her hair was dripping wet, and she was in pretty good spirits.
Oh, that's good.
So that's the story of coming home from school.
Okay.
So then I spent 8 years at St. Anthony's. Made my solemn, at that time in the 8th grade, you didn't graduate. You made your solemn Holy Communion.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that right, Gail?
Oh, well, I
Solemn
made mine in
communion?
2nd grade.
Oh,
then.
well, it was solemn communion. And then I went on to go to Julian High School. I didn't want to go. No, I'm not going to Julian. My mother says, you're too wild, you're going to Julian.
I don't know why your mom would say that about you.
I was a wild bird. So then I said, no, I'm not going to Julian. So at the last minute, I got enrolled in Julian. I wanted to go to Wilbur Wright because Wilbur Wright wasn't too far from us.
Oh.
It was right around, not too far. Wilbur Wright wasn't
It
too
was
far.
a heck of a walk, though.
Yeah.
A long walk.
So went to Julian, graduated in 1948 from Julian High School. And in between that time, I worked at the market house. I worked for a dentist.
Mm-hmm.
Then, when I got out of high school, I worked for Flum's Publishing
I
Company.
worked for UD first.
I worked at UD first for a while and was laid off. And then I went to Flum's Publishing Company and operated a key punch machine, which was the start of the computers of today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Data entry.
Yeah.
Beg pardon?
Data entry.
Yeah, data entry, yeah. And I worked there until I got pregnant with my first child, which was Greg. Our first child, I should say.
Yeah,
Mhm.
good thing.
Yeah.
Greg Schwarzman.
Is that better?
That's better.
better.
Okay. And well, anything else you want to know now?
We can stop right there. How about that?
Well, no, I'm not finished yet.
Okay, then keep going.
So, let's see. Well, we got married.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's hope so.
We got married in
That was a good.
What
thing.
year?
We got married. Well, before that, Dad went into the service, and I'll let him tell you about that. And when he came home, we got married. Grandma Schwarzman wasn't too happy about that. She thought we should have waited a little bit longer. But we got married.
Get your finger out here.
We got married. This is hilarious.
You're doing great, Mom.
We got married in 1953.
Yeah, May 2nd.
May 2nd, that's right. May 2nd, and we'll soon be married 60 years.
Mm-hmm.
We're
This-
married.
What year is this?
2012.
What? Oh, 1953.
Yeah, but now.
Were we married in 53?
Yeah.
1953. That's what I thought. 19, May the 2nd, 1953. And I worked at Flum's Company two more years, I think it was. And then we started our own family. I had Greg, then I had Gary, and from then on, it was one every year. And then,
We went to the. What was that ice cream place we went to out in England
oh,
every night?
yeah.
The Morgan House.
The Morgan House.
Yeah.
That was our recreation, was going to the Morgan House,
Which is no longer.
Where's that
which
at?
is no longer.
It's on in Englewood.
And you got ice cream cones
That big.
that big.
Pizzas were that big.
No, I don't think we had pizzas
that was,
back
That
then.
was a sandwich, honey.
Oh,
They
yeah.
called
Oh,
it
yeah.
The Morgan
Morgan
sandwich.
House sandwich.
Yeah,
Huh.
It was huge.
yeah. It fed 6 people.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It
But
was,
you know what? We ate it all. ourselves.
we took our time.
Oh, let's see, what else? Oh, I could tell you a million stories.
Well,
One story in particular. I told you we were very poor,
Mhm.
and we always liked to go in a car to take rides.
Mhm.
Well, this neighbor was so sweet. Their names were, what was their name?
Wetzel.
Wetzel. What did the kids call her?
Dry cell.
Drysdale. Mr. and Mrs. Drysdale. Wetzel.
Wetzel.
Well, anyway, to continue. They had a car, which was very unusual back in those days. They had a car. They had a great big barn, and he would park his car outside of the barn, and we would rush over there and get in the car, and he would drive in the garage, and that was our ride. We thought that was hilarious. We thought that was great. We got a car ride. We went. Oh Lord. Was there anything else funny?
No, you're doing a good
I
job.
think you're doing a great job.
And then we had 7 children.
Mm-hmm.
I won't tell you, well, I should tell you, in 10 years, which wasn't bad.
No.
Greg,
And
Gary.
Greg, Gary, and I
Glenda.
should say Uncle Greg, Uncle Gary, Aunt Glenda, Aunt Gina, Uncle Glenn, Uncle Gene,
Hello.
And,
Uncle Gerald.
Yeah. Right.
yeah.
Yeah. And they are all wonderful children. I couldn't ask for a better family.
Which one's the best?
Oh, good.
Which one was the best? You're all the best. But you know what? Old Mama was a tough one. Boy, she was a tough one. She made him walk the chalk line.
Yeah.
But you know what? I love him.